Hello everyone, and today we're going to be having a look at the Armed Dragon Mist Lock, as we call it here. Now, there's a bit of a gimmick when it comes to playing the Armed Dragon deck. Obviously, we're going to have a more sort of competitive version of it coming pretty soon, but you know, it's been a little bit since we've done a bit of a meme on the channel. We had that there water normal monster deck that was a wee bit on the meme side. This is going to be fairly similar in that it's here as a gimmick. It's not going to be super duper competitive. Its win rate is around 50%. Now, before we get into the deck profile itself, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone on the channel who's been leaving really positive comments, who's been liking the videos, subscribing. You're all amazing, honestly. Being able to log in and see people actually appreciating the content for what it is really making this worth it, and I'm so glad you guys are enjoying it. If you have any suggestions, requests, anything like that, of anything you want to see me cover, give an opinion on, different types of content you want to see, like maybe live gameplay, things like that, absolutely leave them down below. I have a read over them. I reply to everyone I basically see in the comments at the minute, so absolutely leave down whatever you want to see. Here we have the Armed Dragon Mist Lock. Now, we're not going to go over the full deck profile here at the beginning, but I am going to describe the basic combo. You are going to see it in the gameplay as well. The idea is we're going to set up an infinite negate loop using the Apex Avian and the Mist Valley Thunderbird. How are we going to do that? Using number 42 Galaxy Tomahawk. This is one of those cards that were banned in the TCG by the time I was even old enough to play it competitively and had an idea, so I never really knew anything about this card. And it's banned for good reason. It is disgusting. You basically summon it for free off of any two level 7s, which is like what, a one card combo of Pale Armed Dragon. We'll come to that later. You summon this card basically right away so easily in this deck. You summon out 6 tokens. Using those tokens, you go in the Simorgh, you go in the Union Carrier, you use Simorgh to summon out the Apex Avian, you use Union Carrier to grab the Thunderbird. That's the combo, and you'll see how it actually breaks down in the gameplay. How does that work then? So what makes this infinite negates? Mist Valley Apex Avian, if you've played against the Lyra Lusk Cry Brigade deck, which I haven't seen in quite a while, but that deck would play this card. Basically, you return a Mist Valley card you control to the hand to negate a card. So you would return the Thunderbird from the equipped spell zone. Whenever this is returned to hand, you special summon it, and that's not once per turn. So basically, every time your opponent activates a card, they activate, you chain Avian, Avian returns Thunderbird to negate. Upon resolution of the chain, Thunderbird resummons itself, and you're back in the same position. Neither of those effects are once per turn, so the next time they activate a card, you Apex Avian, return again, summon again, return again, summon, and it's an infinite negate loop. They have to find a way to get over it. The most common way is trying to destroy it by battle. That's why we have things like Avramax that we would summon. Super fun deck, and it can really win. Honestly, I think 3 out of 4 of our games here are played against Sword Soul, so we're not going against like weak opponents. So we're going to get into the gameplay here, and then we'll come back around for a more detailed breakdown of the deck towards the end. But again, as I said, guys, thank you so much for the support. If you are watching it and you do like what you're seeing, please subscribe. You know, it's completely free, and we are putting up as much content as we possibly can. So leave your suggestions down below, and we'll get on to game number 1. Okay, game number 1. This one is going to be a super straightforward demonstration of the deck. So, how do we get our combo going? The card you're looking for is the Pale Armed Dragon. It can be searched off of level 5 and off of your level 7. It can be searched off of Tempest. Super easy to grab. So we summon out the Pale Armed Dragon by sending a Wind Dragon basically to grave. Whenever the level 5 is sent off the Pale Armed Dragon, so we're going a bit too fast. So whenever the Pale Armed Dragon is in your hand, you can discard a Wind Dragon to summon it. Then it can send a Wind Dragon from deck to grave to boost up the attack points by its level. It's that part's whatever. But what you would do here is you would send a Armed Dragon level 5 to the graveyard. Armed Dragon level 5 would grab Tempest. Now in this case we sent Tempest to graveyard because we already have the level 5 in field, but Tempest is basically a free summon into another level 7. That's your Tomahawk. Armed Dragon level 5 leveling up into Armed Dragon level 7 is your Tomahawk. But we decide to go one step further here. Because we have the Tempest in the Grave, we're going to go into our Armed Dragon level 10 to give us that additional interruption and power. Armed Dragon level 10, discard a card to pop on your opponent's turn. We're going to use our 2 level 7s here to go into our Tomahawk. Tomahawk is going to discard both materials to summon out 4 tokens. Now, we could have got 5 tokens if we didn't have the Armed Dragon level 10, but without another extender, that 5th token wouldn't have done anything. So we go in the Harpy's Conductor, so we meet the summon requirements of Simorgh. We then use our remaining materials for Union Carrier. Union Carrier equips on Simorgh the Thunderbird, set the Imperm. At the end phase, we summon an Avian. This is it. Infinite negates. The Simorgh makes the Avian untargetable, which is a big thing as well. So untargetable, infinite negates, pop a card, monster negate, just in case. So really disgusting board. Our opponent here goes to hit us with a Shuna, so we're going up against Sword Souls. At least we think so. So we're going to activate to negate. It returns the Thunderbird to hand. Upon resolution of the Ashuna, Thunderbird comes back to field. Our opponent reads our cards. He knows exactly what's going on. We just negate. He was not going to be able to play the game. I almost wish someone would play it out and let me negate all of their cards, but no one ever does. As soon as they realize what's going on, oh, we get kicked. That's just what kind of toxic the deck is. But yeah, as soon as the opponent realizes what's going on, typically they would scoop. So as soon as you get the combo on board, don't be expecting your opponent to stick around. But yeah, that's the most straightforward way of getting the combo on board. Summon your Pale Armed Dragon. Pale Armed Dragon sends level 5 to Graveyard. Level 5 grabs your Tempest. Summon your Tempest. Bang, full combo. It's as simple as that. So let's move into game number 2. A little bit more interactive, a little bit more complicated. Let's get into it. Okay, game number 2. This time we're going second, as going second isn't exactly a great look for this deck. Our opponent goes for Pot of Desires right off the bat, and the Ashuna. We're playing against Sword Souls again. This is a ridiculously popular deck on the ladder at the minute, so I would recommend getting used to seeing it. So we're going to go into standard Tingy plays we've seen on the channel. I think I've got 3 videos on this deck. We know what these guys do by now. I'm sure all of you who are in Diamond are sick of seeing them. I'm sure even in Platinum, it's bound to be a bit of a problem. So he's going to go in the Emergence. He's going to grab his Mo Yi. I don't think he's even normal summoned yet. The Adhara is going to bounce a Ashuna back to his hand. That's going to be useful as discard fodder later on for the Strategist. He must have normal summoned. So set 2 pass. So it's not the most broken of boards here, but he does have a lot of interruption. And like I said, this is a rogue sort of meme type strategy. So don't be expecting it to be unbeatable. So we're going to go for our Armed Dragon level 3. He's going to negate us, which isn't a great look. That means we don't get the level up, but we do get the effect of the level 5 to search for the Pale Armed Dragon. Now we activate Lightning here, which is going to protect our Armed Dragons from destruction. We're going to pitch the level 7 to summon Pale. Level 7 is going to grab another level 7 because we didn't really have much else to add, to be honest. He's going to Imperm to negate our Pale Armed Dragon, and that also negates our Lightning because it's in the Imperm column. That's my bad for playing it in that column. You need to play around Imperm. That's completely on me. We're going to Monster Reborn back our level 7 here. We're going to try for some plays. Level 7 is going to level itself up into the Armed Dragon level 10. So we've got some power on the field. We're going to swing in, take out that Grand Master. We're going to take out the Monk with our level 3. And we're going to hit him directly with our Pale Armed Dragon. So we're looking good. You know, play through Grandmaster, play through the Imperm. It's only 2 negates, but that's it's still pretty good. 3 negates, I guess, because he negated our spell card too. But that's the thing about Sword Souls at the minute. They just have far too much gas. We need to pop that Monk of the Tinyi. The reason we pop the Monk of the Tinyi, he has Vishuddha in his graveyard, so we needed to make sure he didn't control a normal monster, but he added the Mo Yi last turn. We know he had it. We were just trying to delay the inevitable. Hopefully stop him from hitting us with lethal as easily. He bounces our level 7 back. He goes for another Pot of Desires. Summons out the Boxia. Boxia will bounce back the Armed Dragon, so that's bypassing the protection of our Armed Dragon Lightning. Because it would protect our Pale Armed Dragon from effect destruction. Doesn't protect from battle destruction, so the Armed Dragon level 3 does in fact go down, and we're looking pretty rough. We have not very much. We rip into the Catapult Turtle. Catapult Turtle basically tributes a monster to special summon a level 5 dragon, so you get your Armed Dragon level 5, but he has the Blackout. This guy has everything. So he wipes our whole field, but he wipes out his own box here. We were sort of hoping, you know, maybe this isn't that bad, but he has Ecclesia. Ecclesia goes into Taya. We all know where this ends up going. We're going to speed this part of it up. He goes into Grandmaster. Grandmaster and Taya activate. He grabs the Strategist. Strategist will get summoning into a, I can only imagine, Baron de Fleur, or no, the Supreme Sovereign, just for bigger attack points. 5400 attack. Yeah, it's as simple as that. The deck's good. And this is what I'm trying to show. I'm not just going to show you like 4 games in a row where we get the lock. Like, we've seen the combo. We sort of have an idea of what it does, how it works. What we're going to be looking at now is situations in which the deck doesn't get to do what it wants, like this one. It wasn't able to fully extend. We did have the choice between going for the Armed Dragon level 10 play or into the Tomahawk play. We didn't want to do the Tomahawk there because it would have been so easy to interrupt. We didn't know what that last face down was. If we went in the Tomahawk, it would no longer be protected by our Lightning, so we didn't want to risk that for their turn. The idea was that the Armed Dragon level 10, or at least the Pale Armed Dragon, could be protected from effect destruction at least once using the Lightning. That was the thought process. It didn't work out. Sometimes it's simply not going to work out. But yeah, let's get into game number 3, which is a bit of a better one for us. And again, it does show how the deck can play through a bit of interruption. So let's get into game number 3. Alrighty, game 3, and again we're going second, so not great. We are going against Sword Souls again. This is just a Sword Soul special. I'm almost tempted to put Sword Souls in the title, to be perfectly honest. He's gonna go in the Baron de Fleur. We take 1200 points of damage. He's gonna use Prosperity and not Desires, which I thought was very interesting. He goes for Emergence. We have no interruption on our hand, so that's a bit rough. Emergence is going to grab the Taya, and then he will summon the Taya. Yep, he's going to banish the Emergence for the Taya, summon out a token. He uses the Emergence effect to boost up the Taya to level 9. He's going to go into Shen Shen. Initially, I thought he misplayed, but he didn't. So what's he doing? He has a Negate here, and he's banishing everything we send to our graveyard, which is a problem. Sorry, from field to graveyard specifically. We need our fuel in the graveyard, and the Armed Dragons, if you use their effect to level up and they don't end up going to the graveyard, then they don't get to level up. So we go to use Flash. He negates Flash with an Ash Blossom, so that's another interruption we need to play through. We go to activate Lightning. He negates the Lightning with the Baron de Fleur. I'm assuming he wants to protect, make sure we can't protect our dragons later on. Like I said, we try to level up the level 3, but it doesn't work. But we do get the search effect off of the level 7. We discard to summon out our Pale Armed Dragon. Pale Armed Dragon sends Armed Dragon level 5 from deck to grave. We add our Dragunity Armogram. We swing into the Shen Shen. We take it out because, you know, we're big, but we can only attack one monster this turn, so we might as well take advantage of our big attack points while we have them. We're going to use Tempest on our Pale Armed Dragon to go into our number 42. So we're going into 42 after 3 interruptions, 2 direct negates, and playing over a Shen Shen. So we're going to summon out 5 tokens. We're going to go in the Heartbeat Conductor because we need a Winged Beast to go into Samorg. Samorg is now on the field. It's going to summon Apex Avian in the end phase. Union Carrier is going to grab the Thunderbird from the deck. Armogram is going to banish 2 monsters from our grave to summon itself as another extender. It's going to negate the Baron de Fleur, and that's a permanent negate, not until the end of the turn. We're going to use these guys to go into IP Masquerena, and then we'll equip on our Thunderbird. So now on the following turn, we can use Masquerena and Union Carrier to go into our Avramax to help protect our combo. So that's part of why the Armogram is so useful. It's just that little bit of extension. If you can get 1 extender on top of your regular combo, then you're going to have the Avramax as well as everything else. So he tries to Shen Shen, we negate, we have infinite negates. Funny how that works. He has no plays, he can't get over this, he switches to attack mode, and we summon the Avramax. And Avramax, when he's face up, he's the only thing that can be attacked, and if he's attacked by a special summon monster, he gains that monster's attack points. So he basically can't be destroyed by effects, can't be targeted by effects, and can't be destroyed by battle, and if they do, by some act of God, manage to get rid of him, he spins a card on their field back into the deck. Avramax is disgusting, the Apex Avian lock is disgusting, Samorg protects the lock. your Union Carrier, get your consistency going. It is so powerful, and you're not without follow-up because you have the Armed Dragon level 10, which is easily accessible. You have the Armogram, you have the Tempest for additional searching later on. Really strong, and this is one of those deals that really shows that strength off. And we didn't play through nothing. Like, we played through Ashe, we played through Baron de Fleur, we played through Shen. Not every deck can do that. So it is a meme, don't get me wrong, it is a meme, but take that with a pinch of salt. It's not weak. So let's get in then to game number 4, and we're gonna show the full extent of how powerful this deck can be in terms of playing against interruptions. And spoilers, it's Sword Souls. Alright, so moving into the last game, we are once again going second. I'm not a massive fan of just constantly showing decks in their best light. I feel like YouTubers have a really bad habit of doing that. I like to show 1, maybe 2 games of the deck in its best light, but even then, even the last game wasn't it in its best light. It had to play through interruption. So our first game was like the ideal combo, and ever since then we've been learning how it interacts with its own weaknesses. You'll notice I'm talking over his combo because we've seen this a million times. So in our hand, we don't play much hand traps in this deck, but we do play Imperm, so we were holding on to this. Whenever you're playing against the Haki Fibrax combo, you don't want to get the initial summon. You don't want to negate the Haki Fibrax himself. You hold on to that impermanence until you see Auroradon. So once he goes to deactivate Auroradon, then you Imperm. You stop 3 tokens and the resummon of the desk bot. So you're completely neutering that engine. Plus our opponent hadn't used his normal summon yet. We didn't want him to just normal summon into something and extend forever. So we completely shut down that entire line of play there by saving that for the Auroradon. But of course we're playing against Sword Souls, so it doesn't even matter. He's going to go into Boxia. Boxia is going to get milling. He's going to destroy the Auroradon to summon out the Moyi that he sent to the graveyard off of the Taya. Of course he has another worm in hand. He's going to grab another token. Adhara is going to banish from grave to add back the strategist that he banished earlier on, that he sent to the graveyard off of the vessel. He's going to discard a worm, summon out the strategist, summon another token, go into Baron de Fleur. He's going to use Moyi here. Sorry, well, we take 1200 damage. Ashuna will activate while he still has the token to summon out the Adhara. He's going to go into his Grandmaster. Grandmaster search 1, Moyi draw 1, and he has the Adhara on field to try and go into the Xiaofeng afterwards. So he draws 1. He's going to search for, of course, the Blackout. He's already used every other Sword Soul and his Crystron Haki Fibrax combo and his Boxia combo all through the... well, we only had 1 Imperm to prepare, but still, come on, cut us some slack. So we go for Prosperity. We're trying to bait out that Baron de Fleur, but he actually allows us to go through. We grab a Flash because people love negating Flash, so we activate it hoping he negates, but he doesn't. So we have a Armed Dragon level 3 on field, so we might as well try and use it. We go to activate it, and we get Impermed. That's just insult to injury. Not only does he lock us out of all light monsters, he has a monster negate and an Omni negate. He also just happened to have Imperm, so it's just insult to injury. We summon our Catapult Turtle, tribute it to summon our Armed Dragon level 5, he pops the Xiaofeng and our 2 monsters. He goes to search for a tuner. We might as well use this Ashe now, we're not going to get another chance. So we're playing through so much interruption, the Floodgate, the 3 negates, the pop 2, there's so much for us to contend with. We're going to special summon out the Armogram here, except that's when he's going to hit us with Baron de Fleur. So what do we do now? We use the classic limited to 1 Monster Reborn, bring our Armogram back anyways, and our opponent does misplay here, and it's important to know that. So we swing into the Grandmaster. He allows that to go through. He should have activated the Grandmaster, because now I get to grab it. And the Armogram you saw in the previous game can negate a monster's effects permanently, so we're going to negate the Baron de Fleur. However, he also takes away 1000 of its attack points for every equip card you have. So because we saved its negate for after the battle, we have an equip card, and now not only does it get negated, it gets reduced to 2000. It's no longer big enough to get over Armogram. We broke that board down through all of that interruption using this meme, but it's Sword Souls. The thing that makes Sword Souls so powerful is they always have more gas in the tank. He goes Ecclesia, he goes Moyi, he bounces us with Vishuda. He's got everything. That's the thing about Sword Souls, and I think that's the part that's frustrating most people about this deck. I love Sword Souls, I think it's really fun to play. And it does currently represent the sort of competitive peak within the metagame. I do think Sword Souls is the best deck in the game. I think it's uncontested best deck in the game. I think Tri Brigade is sort of up there, but this deck is just broken. We let in combo off. We're not going to be rude. We're not going to scoop. We're going to take it like a man. We take our 1200. We take our 2k because we reduced them, and then the Supreme Sovereign finishes us. So yeah, the thing about Sword Souls is we completely demolished that board. That board seemed completely unbreakable. We played through everything and we broke it. But we still lost. Because it's Sword Souls, because they just have infinite fuel, infinite gas. But like, you know, what can you do? That's just it. Sometimes the deck gets all the support, sometimes it doesn't. The ban list is coming for this deck. Like, Emergence is going to 2. Taya is probably going to 1 or 2. Strategist is probably, I think, probably go to 2 or something like that. Maybe Taya won't get touched actually, but in some way, shape or form, this deck is getting hit. It has to. Come on. But yeah, simple as that. We're not going to worry too much about it. It is what it is at the end of the day. So we had 2 wins, 2 losses. It is what it is. We're going to get into the deck profile. Now that we've seen the combo in play, we've seen some of the key follow-ups, such as the Armogram play. We're going to talk about some of the other alternatives and some of the alterations you can make to try and customize the deck to fit your playstyle. So on with the deck profile. Alright, so here is the deck profile as we saw at the beginning of the video. Now, we know the combo, so we've seen the combo in play. We know we're going into Tomahawk. We know we're summoning a bunch of tokens. What then constitutes the rest of the deck? So for our hand traps and interruptions, you can build the deck either designed to go first and protect its own plays, or you can build the deck designed to go second and blow out opponents' boards. I do believe the going second version is probably stronger. You may want to replace Crossout Designator. I wouldn't replace Ash, but maybe cut down by 1. You might want to play a third Maxi. You might want to play 2 Lightning Storms. Finally, with the new Duel Pass, I'm going to be picking up 2 more Lightning Storms so I can stop saying this in my videos and then crying myself to sleep because I don't have them. Finally going to get the next 2 Lightning Storms. I've been putting it off forever. These cards are very, very, very strong in this particular deck. You could also do Dark Ruler No More if that is up your alley. I really like that card as well. Of course, it's another one that we don't have. You can play sort of like any combination of those. If you want to play a going second version of it, our version is going first. So that's the only real core difference. We are playing Crossout Designator to protect ourselves from Ash, from Maxi. We're playing Call by the Grave to protect ourselves from Ash, from Maxi. We're playing Ash to protect us from Maxi and to interrupt our opponent. So that's generally the interruption sort of side of the engine. The Thunder Dragons are relatively simple. 3 will level up into 5, 5 levels up into a level 7. Not necessarily this one. It can level up into the Pale Arm Dragon too, remember that. But the core combo, put Pale Arm Dragon on the field either through leveling up the level 5 or through just hard drawing it and special summoning it using its own effect by discarding a Wind Dragon. Once it's on field, you send level 5 from deck to grave. Level 5 grabs Tempest. Tempest will banish the level 5 and whatever monster you sent for this guy's summon earlier on from the graveyard, summon himself. Level 7, Tomahawk, full combo. That's basically it. If you have any additional extender, be it normal summoning any of your other cards except for this guy, be it a Arm Dragon Flash, sorry, any of those extenders, and you can go into Avramax on top of everything else. But typically, if you don't have an extender, you're ending on your Infinite Negate lock. If you do have an extender, it's Infinite Negates plus Crusadia. So really, really, really disgustingly strong. Pot of Prosperity because it helps you see your Pale Arm Dragon. You really want to see this card. Arm Dragon level 10 and Armogram, Dragunity Armogram are your backup boss monsters. So Armogram you saw in the gameplay a few times. It will negate opponent's monsters. It resummons itself from the graveyard. This card basically is your longevity. This is what's going to keep you in the game. And it really, really helps play for interruption. So very, very powerful card. Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 is just huge. Can't be destroyed by battle, can't steal it. The control of the card can't switch, and it can pop a card by discarding on your opponent's turn. Generally pretty strong, really easy to summon off of Armed Dragon level 7. So yeah, I mean, past that, the rest of the deck is fairly simple. Most of this extra deck here is pretty much garbage. I would play a second Galaxy Tomahawk if I had one. This nonsense here, none of this is necessary. I don't think I ever summoned any of these, but you know, again, a player of Yu-Gi-Oh recognizes where and when those cards are gonna come up, if they come up. So fill the rest of the extra deck however you want. What do you actually need for the combo? I would say this is what's necessary for the extra deck. Maybe not even Link Spider. I have a Royal Finish Link Spider. What am I doing with my life? But yeah, those would be the necessary cards. I'm gonna just to flex just a little bit. I'm gonna type in Link because there's not a million cards that have that in their text. Good going. Where's our Link Spider? There he is. Yeah, so this is the core sort of the deck. Everything else you can sort of play around with. You can take out all of these. Flash, you can probably play Flash too, honestly. It's not that good. It is total bait. You want your opponent to negate it. I would even say Prosperity is core, to be honest. I would say Prosperity is core. This is the core of the main deck. That's the core of the extra deck. The rest of it, you build however you want. You want to build it heavy going second, by all means, Maxi, Lightning Storm, Dark Ruler no more. You want to build heavy going first, cross out, Call by the Grave, Ash. From there, you just do whatever you want. But yes, that's everything I have to say on the deck. Again, if you liked it, if you want to see anything more like this, we are going to have an actual competitive version of the deck, don't worry. But if you want to see anything else more like this, leave your suggestions down. Hit subscribe. As I said, it's free. You're doing me a favor. You might as well. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I have nothing else really to say on the deck, so I'll see y'all later.